Hi everyone, my name is Gabi and today I'm sharing 5 things I love about the Kia Forte. The first thing I love about this vehicle is what's under the hood. So on this model, it's the EX, we have shown a 2-liter 4-cylinder gasoline engine. And with numbers like 147 horse and 132 pound-feet of torque, you're not going to win that many races. But you're going to shine in the fuel efficiency department. This vehicle is not even a hybrid and you get 6 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway, which are great numbers, and you can see them much lower depending on how you like to drive. Another thing I love about this is the fact that when you do have your vehicle in sport mode or smart mode, you're going to get an extra oomph in the throttle. So while those horsepower numbers aren't huge, you do get that sensitivity and that increased vehicle response that you're looking for when you do enjoy more spirited drive. Let's go to number 2. All right, the second thing I love is the styling. So I actually drive a Kia Forte, and one of the things that made me choose this car was not only the drive that I really enjoyed, but just the way the car looked. So for 2022, they refreshed the headlight design. We have a beautiful LED daytime running light on the EX trim with full LEDs as an option as you move up your trim levels. Another thing I absolutely love is a lot of compact cars they struggle in the style department, but the Kia Forte on the EX trim gives you actual alloy wheels, and these look sporty, they're nice, and it ties in beautifully with the rest of that classic yet sporty design that the Forte offers. So the character lines along the hood, the body color mirrors with turn signal indicators, and even just your body color door handles. This car is classic yet modern. Number 3, I love the driver safety suite that the Kia Forte offers. So when you look at the EX trim, you get these great features like blind spot detection integrated right on your mirrors. So your turn signal indicator right over there. And then moving up to the front, we get forward collision avoidance that also works on pedestrians and cyclists. And if you take an even closer look at the very center of our windscreen, we have a little camera in there. And that is going to be used not only for your collision avoidance, but also for maintaining a safe lane distance. So if I'm verging over to the left or to the right, my vehicle will correct me. And not only that, it'll actually take active correction as I'm verging onto a curved road. So think getting onto the highway or even just on the highway itself. Turn your cruise control on, turn on your steering assistance, and your car is doing all the work for you. And number 4, who says compact has to be a compromise? Certainly not Kia. Inside the Kia Forte's cabin, not only do you have a ton of space, you also have a ton of comfort features that really make every drive enjoyable. Number 1, and this is standard on all Kia Forte models, you have this 8-inch touchscreen display with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So while you're enjoying your premium wireless experience, you could also stream Trunk Talk, which is our podcast, on all available platforms. Shameless promo. Now underneath that, we do have some physical buttons, which I really do love as a driver. And below that, we have a very premium feature like a wireless phone charger, which truly makes everything a wireless experience. Underneath that, you get a bunch of chargers, and my favorite thing, especially in Canadian winters, is the addition of these heated seats. There's 3 different levels of heat with a heated steering wheel. So you get those on, drive to work, drive to wherever you're going, and you are so comfy. On top of that, and I think I mentioned earlier in this video, you do have a drive mode select. So by utilizing this button, it allows you to cycle between your vehicle's different drive modes. So we have normal, sport, and smart. And this will really change the way the vehicle responds to driver input. I absolutely love sport mode. All right, so we got all that comfort out of the way. Let's take a look at the back, because there's something back there that will really surprise you. In the back of the Kia Forte, not only do we have a ton of space and very premium cloth seats, we have rear air vents. And tell me how many compact cars you've seen at this price point that have rear air vents. Actually, don't tell me. All right, just below that, we have a USB, so great for connectivity for your rear passengers. And in the drop down, we have a cup holder armrest. Bring that back up, and honestly, there is a ton of space back here. If you guys didn't know, I do drive a Kia Forte. I've driven one for about 1.5 years, and I've clocked over 51,000 kilometers on it. I do a lot of driving, and this vehicle has always been a pleasure. I really do enjoy these everyday features I utilize, but that's not the last thing I want to talk about. Let's go to number 5. And last but not least, I love the price point on this vehicle, and I'm not just talking about the front end. I'm talking about how far this car is going to set you back. Now this trim level shown today is the EX, like I mentioned, and it's priced at $22,795 Canadian, which I think is a phenomenal price for this vehicle, especially considering all the equipment. However, if you do appreciate a little bit more speed, maybe an increased driving experience, you do have the option of the Kia Forte GT, which gives you the 1.6 turbo, dual clutch transmission, sport bucket seats. You know the drill. It's a lot of fun to drive. There is truly a Kia Forte for everyone, and honestly, the cost of ownership, like I said, I've been driving mine for a while. It's cheap on fuel. I pay about 50 to 60 bucks per fuel tank, and gas in Canada is certainly not cheap, and that lasts me a long time. On top of that, the overall cost of maintenance, like my oil changes, they've been pretty good. I service at our Kia dealership. I do work here, but overall, my experience with the Kia Forte has been phenomenal, and it's been a fairly affordable experience. I love it every step of the way.